kind of like with there's I was thinking about like a nautical game or something like Ghost of Saltmarsh and all that. And so I was just trying to come up with just any kind of weirdness that I could, and I thought of like a barbarian, like a storm barbarian, that was like a shark man, and just take everything just from lizard folk or whatever.
Yeah, they got that bite.
They got the bite, you know, like they can hold their breath underwater, so you know, it's not like breathing underwater, but it's like 15 minutes of hold breath underwater. They get the nice bonuses, which kind of like work like con and strength, which work good for like a shark type creature. They have a swim speed. They have scaly hide. You know, they can do the whole like make a bone weapon out of a corpse or something. That's you know, that doesn't really apply, but it's not too far off either.
Well, they regrow their teeth, so maybe they could shed teeth and turn them into a club.
Oh, that's a really cool idea. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, that actually works. Yeah.
Shark teeth arrows.
Chops him, pulls them out of his mouth, and just slaps it on the stick with some moss, some sea moss for feathers, and bam.
Yeah, I was just trying to come up with like different kind of things, like, you know, that would go on the ocean. That wasn't like strictly. I wanted to stay away from like going sea elf and triton. Like those were like the obvious ones for me. Like if you're gonna, you know, plan something out there. But so I wanted to stay away from that. And then I was also kind of thinking. I think I thought barbarian when I was thinking. I was like, well, if you're, you know, fighter and paladin, you got the heavy armor. Unless you're going like archer, fighter, or something.
And then you play your character personality. Remember Jabberjaw from Sunday morning cartoons? Saturday morning. All right, Riggy. The past couple of weeks, they headed toward. Let's see. Yeah, 2 weeks ago was basically just experience points building, and then last week or last time they went to the heart of Uptown. They met Belanda Shadow Mantle, and she gave him some information, including the exact location of Omu. So you all leveled up, and we're fast forwarding to the gates of Omu.
Okay. So Valindra was not an evil person. Ready to kill us all.
Well, you're not quite sure.
Okay.
They had a pleasant encounter.
Just like interest her just enough to not kill us, right?
And she is trying to save the artifact so she can isolate it and quarantine it and study it for, you know, its ancient magic. So there is some value, and you know, if you all can shut it down without destroying it, she would appreciate it. But she definitely wants to take it and sequester it away and study it.
Do you mean the artifact of the resurrection screwing up thing? Or?
Yeah, the soulmonger.
Gotcha.
And we'll put y'all down there. Just
update. Like I was planning for my shark barbarian to be like a Maori warrior to like have weapons and stuff like that. A lot of jade.
Oh, that is so cool looking. Also really gnarly looking.
Yeah, like I was thinking of like, you know, the whole tattoo lines and everything like that. And so it was basically kind of the same idea.
You know, if you put a motor on that thing, you can make chainsaw. What is in Warhammer 40K? What are those things?
Chainsword.
Chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, chainsaw would be cool. Rah, blah. Plowing through orcs.
That would be a lot of fun. And there is the lost city of Omu. Okay, where did that text go? Uh, the jungle parts to reveal this dead city enclosed by these sheer cliffs. You can see ruined buildings and stone boulevards rising like ghosts from the floor of the misty basin. You can see colorful birds gliding overhead, and a waterfall pours down into the basin, creating the swollen river that floods much of the city before it drains into a deep rift filled with molten lava. And you can see a ruined palace lying a few hundred feet from the edge of the steaming abyss. And the cliffs surrounding Omu are anywhere from 100 to 150 foot high, and you can see that, it's crumbling rock, and you can see thick jungle hugging the cliff tops, and ferns and orchids and moss spilling over the edges. And you all are right down at the bottom of the map there at the P. You're seeing a set of stairs. Let me slide that out of the way. A set of stairs descending into the city.
So that's why there's molten rock all over the place. We're on top of a mountain. Volcano. Yep.
You had mentioned that there was a palace on the edge of the lava pit.
Yes. You've got the rock outcropping in the middle of the lava pit.
Yeah.
Is actually right there. That is a shrine from the looks of it. And you can see a circular portion up in the middle east of the map that looks like it may be of importance, and from your view you really can't see it, but you can see a coliseum down in the northwest corner. And you can see a couple of I'm sorry?
Is this the Colosseum you're talking about? One that's like broken in half?
Yeah, right there.
Awesome. So just keeping track of things.
And then these long things right down the middle are walls.
See.
Separating parts of the city, and there's underpasses and whatnot occasionally. I guess overpasses, those would be stairs. But down ahead of you from on the stairs, you can see a guardhouse standing near the entrance of the city. You can see arrow slits are cut into the limestone walls, and a lopsided iron portcullis hangs over the gateway, beyond which you can see into the open plaza.
Should I have Thing go check it out?
Oh, we also lost the local guy because he decided to charge a T-Rex, didn't we? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we did lose Kawasha.
In place of Kawasha, I will say Kathma looks, suitably impressed and, shocked that they actually found the lost city of... I'm assuming here that the lost city of Omu is probably a place of myth for the locals here.
Very much.
So it's just a moment of stunned silence. City.
So we're gonna have Thing check out the guardhouse.
Yeah, I'll send him to scout it out invisibly.
Okay, and let me make sure I give you all a long rest, just so you're all good to go. And yeah, Thing has no problem getting inside the guardhouse, and you can see that much of the interior has collapsed in rubble. You can see creeper vines clinging to the windows and high grasses sprouting between the flagstones. And you can see evidence of long dead campfires that have taken place in the guard shack. And one wall is covered with graffiti. Some of the words have been painted onto the wall, some of them have been etched. Do you wish to check out the graffiti?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, that wasn't us. That was Thing. My bad.
Yeah, I'll if Thing doesn't see anyone, I'll suggest we look for tripwires or anything else, pits, traps on the way to the guardhouse, and then check it out. There's some graffiti and other stuff inside the guardhouse that might say something about who's here, what they're here for. Kathma, you might know the languages better than I.
Actually, you can see through Thing's eyes that everything is in common.
Really?
Really?
Okay, I'll relate what I see on the written on the wall then.
Okay, Fear of the Fangs of Rosnisi. Eric, I've gone in search of the 9 shrines. V. The puzzle cubes are the key. Beware the frog monster. Who is Unk? All hail the king of feathers. The snakes are not what they seem. And Cabazon equals bravery. Yeah, whatever. Equals wisdom, and Moa equals question mark. And Kathma, you would know some of these from the legends of the 9 gods. Back in Omu's history, after Ubtao left the region, there were these 9 trickster gods who come to power for a little while.
Oh.
And let's see. And let me find the story, and I'm going to share that with you.
Nice. Also, Kathma may or may not be slightly pissed at the graffiti.
It's a guardhouse. And And here is the legend of the 9 gods.
Oh boy!
AKA Warren.
Get around, kids. It's story time.
uh,
Uptown. All right.
and hey, since you know the story, you get to read it.
Well, the Zorbo.
Oh no. Okay.
That
Long ago, the god Uptown hardened his heart and vowed to weep for the people of Omu no longer. The rain stopped, the jungle withered and died, and death swept throughout Omu. One morning, a wise Zorbo, what's the common translation? A wise Zorbo emerged from her hollow tree and spoke to the dying Omuans. Since Uptown their worth, she decided to cook him a stew made from all their good qualities. That is so okay. Catching such virtues wouldn't be easy, so she asked the wily Almiraj to help her. The Almiraj snuck recklessness in the pot, which she saw as a virtue, and Uptow spat out the stew when he tasted it. That day on, the Obolaka, the Zorbo, and Ijin, the Almiraj, became terrible enemies. I see, those are the names of the people.
Right.
At noon, a brave Kamadan hopped down from her rock. She saw the evil in Omu's hearts, and decided to lance it like a troublesome boil. The Kamadan fashioned a holy spear, but she left it by the riverbank. Crafty Grung stole it. In her rage, Shagambi the Kamadan forgot all about the Omuans and chased Nangang the Grunga forever across the sky. Names, I swear to God. While evening came, a wily Eblis stepped from his reed hut. He didn't like the Omuans, but without them he'd have no one to play his tricks on. The Eblis sent a marsh frog to reason with Uptow, but the frog was angry and decided to wrestle the god instead. This amused Uptow, so he gave the frog tentacles to make it stronger. When Kabazan the froghemoth returned to Papazotl, the Eblis, he chased Papazotl into the swamp with his new tentacles. That night, a Sioux monster broke into Uptow's palace and stole a pail of water for the Omuans. When the god came running to find it, the Sioux monster hid the pail in a Jaculai's burrow. Uptow asked the jungle animals where his water was hidden, and Moal the Jaculai was too honest to lie. When Wongo, the Sioux monster, found out how Moa had betrayed him, he vowed to catch the Jaculai and eat him up. All the while, Unk the flail snail lived deep under the earth. The noise of the other animals fighting made her slither up to the surface, and when day dawned over her shell, the light blinded Uptow and made his eyes water. Life returned to Omu, and the people built shrines to honor the animals who'd saved them.
Yeah, I have an image of the Wizards of the Coast developers around a hookah with Jimi Hendrix in the background, you know. So, dude, there's like this Sioux monster, and it, like, you know, breaks into Uptow's palace. Oh,
And
yeah,
a
dude.
flail
totally.
snail is gonna make it cry. I don't know
Flail
how,
snail.
but it will.
Cough, 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 cough. Jesus. Where do they come up with this?
I don't know, man.
I suck at these games because when I run these games, I'm like, oh yeah, there's a guy and he, I don't know, he stabs you. Three tries.
and I'm going to share one image of a Zorbo with you. He's a cute little fellow.
Oh, he's high. Oh yeah.
That is cute as heck. Yes. Okay, hold on. Which one was the Zorbo? I gotta now. Got these animal names.
Towards the beginning.
That's the Almiraj, right? Oh no,
Almiraj is
Obolaka
the reckless. Yeah.
Yeah, Obolaka. Look at him. Oh, Obolaka is so adorable.
Kind of
That's
like,
she, I think.
like baby Chewbacca.
Evil Ewok.
Yeah, evil
Her
Ewok.
feet.
Yeah.
Her feet are like a little. Yeah, just gotta watch out for those feet.
No kidding. And as you're all checking out the guard shack and whatnot, you can't help but feel like you're being watched.
So do we see people? I mean, like walking around in the street and stuff?
No.
Okay, so
You
it's just
see,
here's the
you see this jungle, overgrown city, and all the ruins, but you're not seeing people moving. Uh, you're hearing animal noises that you've been hearing throughout the entire jungle.
so the city is not just forbidden; it's abandoned and forbidden.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
and
I'm
lost.
probably catching up, but I'm like, we're going to this city. Are there supposed to be people in the city? Because you're talking about a guard shack. I'm like, oh well, we got a Zorbo on the screen. Okay, all right. So there's nobody around. We feel like we're being watched, and there's some really bizarre graffiti on the guard shack. Okay, check. I'm on it. I got it.
So I guess the question is, where are we going to try and head towards first?
I mean, are we supposed to just wander the city, or is being given no direction?
You got directions to get to the city, but after that, it's yeah, you're on your own.
So, and I know we should know this, but what is it we're looking for in this place again?
You're the soulmonger, the magical device that is killing resurrected
Oh,
people.
okay.
Yeah.
So, would it be a religious thing? Like, should we look for temples, or
We don't know, but we were also warned that the Yuan-Ti has inhabited the lost city of Omu.
those are the snake guys, right?
Right.
Snake. And we also took a quest from the Naga to kill the Yuan-Tis. We agreed
Okay.
to.
So, do you think it would be on that column surrounded by lava, maybe?
Avash sort of like scratches his head and says, he doesn't really rightly know. We would have to start searching one by one, and perhaps if we stumble upon the Yuan-Ti, maybe we can capture a few and question them. If they know anything
Oh,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah, because
But
the
if-
Raznisi guy must have turned it on or something, right?
Yeah, but if the rumors are to be, the rumors we hear about Rasnisi joining the Yuan-Ti is true, then we have to be careful. He was a renowned warlord in his day. Who knows what he has done with his undead magic? Or necromancy. Why did I just say undead magic? Who knows what he has done with his necromancy since then?
Well, I think staying in the guardhouse is bad, and it seems like we're being watched. So, getting away from here and finding some pseudo defensible place, probably a good idea. Um,
And as you're, looking around, trying to figure out which way you want to go, and looking for obvious threats. Something you didn't see the first time that you were looking at the walls of Omu, but you see them now. And you can see about every 100 feet or so around the top of the rim of Omu. You can see a vine-draped gargoyle perching on the cliff top, staring down at the ruined city. And it has the face of a devil with its mouth agape in a silent scream.
Okay.
and this is on the edge, every 100 feet along the entire cliff face?
Yes.
Does this look like to be a recent addition, or is it just as weathered and old as the rest of it?
They are just as weathered and old and covered in vines and whatnot.
It may be some sort of a defense against things flying over it. Maybe? Like we saw with that other temple where thing couldn't fly up the temple and then we had to eat snakes and weird stuff. Remember?
This is
Maybe it's
true.
some sort of magic screen.
It would also explain why the last GMO has stayed hidden for so long. Or remained hidden for so long. Well, we do have a kind of scratches his head a couple of places we can look. According to the defaced wall, it seems like there are there are 9 shrines, probably each to one of the gods of the 9 trickster gods within this city. We could try and locate these 9 shrines.
Yeah. And we know the Moa one said it was too honest. So if we could find a priest of Moa or something in there, it wouldn't be a lie.
This might be
Maybe.
true, but Gapma is like scratching his chin as he's looking at the wall. Or, you know, if they're walking, he's just looking out into space, and
Okay.
I don't know why they decided that Shigambi was wise. I thought in these stories, Sokolaka was the wise one.
Yeah. Somebody could be wrong. So Sumbalaka?
Sumbalaka?
Sumbalaka should be the wise one.
No, Obolaka was described as a wise Zorbo. These names I know here. I'll just copy paste what I or that because these names are a little confusing too.
Okay. Well, we have this story, and then we have the stuff written in the wall, or in the graffiti.
And I'm going to stick some tokens on the map. From your elevated viewpoint coming down into the city, you can see a couple of places that look like they might be a shrine. And you got one fairly close to you, and then you got one in the lava pit.
That's what I have in my notes.
Well, one is the closest. Also, if we run afoul of many Wanti, we will be dead and needing the new characters. So maybe we need to just not run right at the first one and maybe try to take a back route to it somehow.
Sure. So you say back route, but it seems like the city itself is be tightly packed. Could go from the guardhouse, check these buildings, and then move from there.
You're checking the buildings as you're moving forward.
Yeah, I'll have Thing fly ahead. Try to look in the buildings and see if he can spot who's watching us. But I suggest instead of walking down the main thoroughfare that we stick to the edges away from the most visible spots.
I agree.
Like, draw an arrow here.
Do we want to wait till nightfall or a different time of day, or just go trucking in?
I would try to work our way around these set of buildings. I think this place is probably more dangerous at night.
Okay.
I was kind of thinking maybe we'd shelter up in a place that has a wall. Like this building here has a courthouse, as a courtyard rather.
Yeah, you can't see the right there. There is a courtyard. And as you're moving down, things going through buildings and peeking in, and if the door is open, he's going in. But basically, you're just finding buildings that are very, very old and decrepit and empty.
All right. So we'll go to the courtyard first, and then we'll try and find, like one of those overpasses through the wall again.
Yeah.
Okay, you all managed to work your way down to let me apologize. You do see smoke drifting from the walled compound.
But we don't want to go there.
However, you're not seeing um, movement, but you're from your vantage point, but you can hear dogs barking and growling and whatnot.
Do we want to proceed to the edge of that compound, not the front door, and maybe have thing fly over the top to take a look in the compound to see what we're up against?
Yes.
So maybe hug the cliff wall.
Because the shrine we intend to go to is very close to the compound anyways.
Yeah, something like there.
Okay. Thing pops over the wall and yeah, thing flies. As he's flying around, he can see that the gate to the compound lies in splinters, and you can see scorch marks defacing the building. And near the center of the compound is a plaza littered with charred human corpses. And you can see that one of the corpses is being torn apart by a pack of wild dogs.
And the smoke is coming from...
It's obvious that there has been an attack. And honestly, you can see 30 corpses scattered across the compound.
I will relate that to them, that there's been some sort of a fireball or attack or something, and there's like dead bodies everywhere in the courtyard. Dogs are eating it, the
What sort
corpses.
of bodies are there?
I'm
Can I
sorry.
tell more than humanoid?
Let's see. Du-du-du-du. You can tell that 20 of them, everyone is humanoid, or human. You can see 20 some that are dressed in mercenary garb. You can see 7 of them that look like, they're porters that were hired in the port city, and, they're all locals. And you can see the remains of 3 of them that are wearing these red robes.
3 robed figures, a mess of mercenaries, and a bunch of porters from the city or local people.
The corpse is fresh, or has it been perhaps a couple of weeks?
At most, it's been a day. There's still fire. The fire is just smoldering.
Is there look like there is there origination point of the fire, or no? It's just a random people. Is there a blast radius?
Yes, you can see blast radiuses. It's obvious that one or two fireballs went off, and God knows what else. And it did not look very good for the defenders.
So
But
they thought
you're
they were gonna hunker down in this walled compound, and it didn't go well.
no, it did not. And really, you're not seeing any bodies of what would have killed them.
Guys, I think we found our first playthrough. Okay,
Yeah.
so if it's just a pack of wild dogs, scavenging, Kathma will propose that they clear out the wild dogs and see what clues they can find off the bodies of these, very freshly slain corpses.
Should be careful to not like trigger anything that might have actually caused that attack to happen.
Yeah, I think. Well, the gate wasn't on fire, right?
No, the gate was just reduced to splinters.
I say we don't go anywhere near that compound. I mean, they thought they were secure in the compound. We don't see any bodies. So maybe there's like hidey holes that the snakes slither out of or something, and then they cast fireballs and kill them.
Well, judging from what's left of the camp, they've been there for, you can see heavy traffic patterns and, the latrine pits. They have camped there for a while.
Okay, so they decided they tried to take that compound as theirs, and somebody decided to smote them after a week or so.
Correct.
Okay, something like that. Okay, so we could probably investigate it.
It's because
Hopefully.
if they had the knowledge and resources to reach the city of Uptown and in fact have planned to stay here as an expedition, maybe there might be remnants of whatever they knew about Lost City of Umu, about Omu.
Okay, hopefully it's not burned up, but it's worth the risk, I suppose, to get anything, try to figure out anything that they knew.
Kathma
Okay.
nods and says,
Is there
"Who knows?"
another way? Does the thing see another way in other than the main gate?
Other than climbing the wall, no.
How tall is the wall?
Um, I'd say 15 foot.
How about we move to the back of the compound? Follow the edge of the cliff around to the back side of the compound, and then climb the 15-foot wall there. Are the major dividing walls? How tall are those?
The major dividing walls are 15 to 20 foot.
Okay, so we would be pretty obvious
Being on top, yeah.
being on top, jumping over the wall. Of course, we don't see anybody on top of those dividing walls. I'd rather go in and not the main door. That way we have another way to get out.
The only other alternative is perhaps making a hole in the wall ourselves.
Yeah, it's odd that the wall hasn't crumbled at all, I suppose. On the northwest corner, there are two buildings near the wall. And also there's a building in the northwest corner of the compound that looks taller than the wall. So maybe if we climbed the wall in that section, that taller building would obscure us from everyone seeing that we were entering the compound. Does that make sense?
Does to me.
Sure.
Okay. Now, and there's also this funny looking building with its own pond back there. Maybe we'll check that out first and then go into the walled compound.
As you get around to where you can actually see the pond and the building really well, the hell are my numbers? Dungeon Master's Guide, number 3. As you work your way around the cliff and between the cliff and the compound walls, you see this building, and it's got a rectangular pool of murky water stretching before this vine-draped shrine. So you have found a third shrine, and you can see that rope bridges that once spanned the water float on the surface, and they're tangled with other debris. And you can see the shards of a toppled monolith forming stepping stones to the middle of the pool, where a statue of a stone frog rises above the water.
Does the frog dude have tentacles?
Give me just a second, and let's see. Yes, it does.
Okay. So that's the dude he was talking about with the tentacles. Does he have a name on that guy?
Yeah, you can see that this thing is about as big as an elephant. And it's got 4 tentacles, and you can see this maw that has a fang. It's full of fangs, and
Kubazan. That's who this is.
I think we found Kupazan.
Yeah, the bravery dude.
you would be correct on that. And you can see that it also has this stalk um, that supports these 3 large eyes that face in different directions. Let's see. Okay, I should have an image of that in here. Huh. And open link. Let's open image. And put a picture in Discord of what the statue looks like.
That's a frog!
Like a frog bred with an otiug.
Froghemoth, he called it in
Yeah,
the
but
story. Froghemoth.
The story just said they added 4 tentacles to the frog, and now look at this thing. Looked like it
Didn't
fell to like a pit of, I don't know, radioactive material or something.
Like Chernobyl frog.
Yeah, Chernobyl frog.
Frog Noble.
Oh.
Hear him.
the
Big
Froghemoth. That's definitely in the pool.
Cathla kind of like pipes in and says, I don't know if, this is just a guess, but in the tales, Kupazan is said to be chasing Papazal, the Eblis, in anger. Perhaps one of the ice stalks points to one of his shrines.
Yeah, where are the eyes pointing?
Out over the courtyard. I'm sorry. Out. It's pointing directly south from the from the pool. And just so you know, the Elvis is a bird-like creature. Oh, it is a bird.
I was gonna say that's about as bird-like as you can get.
Do you notice the dinosaur feet?
Kind of look like a Pokemon, like the head part.
Okay, so there are stepping stones out to the statue of the Froghemoth, and then there's an actual building with a doorway we could go in.
Give me just a second, and shit, wrong map. Unlock, give me the toolbar, mask. And that is what you're seeing at the Froghemoth Shrine.
By the way, I just want to say I really appreciate how you minimize the thing before sharing it.
I tried to remember to do that.
Yeah. That face. Oh my god.
Unfortunate.
Cool. So we don't have to go in. We don't have to get in between the pool and the shrine to go into the shrine. We can enter through near the tree because there's a hole. Yeah. Actually, I think it'd be the other side, closest to where we are.
Here?
Yeah. We can go in there and then work our way to the front of the shrine and open it up and see what's inside. Once we check for traps.
Kathma, being the local person here and very superstitious, he kind of like, looks around and says, I'm not sure. We are to believe, seen and the tales of the 9 gods are true, then Kupazan stands for bravery. He was indeed brave in the stories themselves. Perhaps a little rash, but still.
So you're saying we shouldn't skulk into his shrine, we should act bravely?
He nods and says, Kupazan will frown upon such action. In fact, that being wily was what angered Kupazan and set him on the path to hunt Papazal.
Well, then by all means, Kathma, brazenly
And Kathma absolutely believes what he's saying. The character believes what he's saying. I don't know about Riggy, but Kathma himself believes what he's saying. He nods and says, I will. and he's gonna start.
Okay, so we're gonna do the shrine before we do the, alright.
How deep is this the pool, by the way?
Well, the water is clouded with mud and algae, but you're thinking 6, 7 feet.
Okay.
Just so you know, the graffiti did say "Beware the frog monster."
Yes, they do. But I think to the locals, these 9 trickster gods are benevolent gods, right?
Um,
I'm guessing here because I don't know. I don't actually know about the lore.
from what lore you would know, yeah, you think they are kind of benevolent.
Okay. I'm about to have my dreams shattered and my hopes crushed, but here we go.
And I'm gonna throw you all on the map. And I just picked a corner, so y'all can put you where you really want to be.
Right. I think in character we're like to the east, so I think I'm approaching from the east, so I will not be able to click my token.
Yeah, I think that'll
Ah,
happen.
shit. Okay.
They never make these maps with like more than like 2 squares on the edge that you come in on. Like you'll have to be lined up in a row to
Yeah.
fit on the stupid map. You do that in all these pre-made adventures.
Never enough room. And there's thing. Okay, you're on the east side now. And should be clickable.
Can't move myself.
Oh, yeah, here. Let me make it friendly again.
Aha! There we go.
I'm gonna have Thing fly up a bit and look at the surrounding area just to see if so he can watch our back to make sure we're not snuck up on by Wanti or anybody.
Okay. And currently, other than the dogs from the walled compound, you're not seeing any immediate threats.
So, Kathma, are you going to go to the very front of the thing and walk
Yes.
the pathway?
Yes.
Okay.
What pathway are you talking about, though?
There's 2 pillars in the due
Oh,
south of this thing,
yeah. This one, then yes.
all the way at the bottom of the map. Walk in there, and then I think you hopscotch across the broken obelisk to the other one.
This may be a little tough, but yeah, you can certainly try.
I
Oh my
mean,
god, I thought you were just gonna go to the front door. You're gonna do the pool.
That's what I was thinking.
Going straight to the frog god.
that's right. Timidity is not allowed. Bravery.
Well, let me see if I can actually find a path first. So he goes to the front here, and he kind of like does a couple of jumping things over here, and he will end up here. No,
A- And while you're looking for your path, give me a wisdom perception check, please.
you got it. You want it to be open or
It doesn't matter.
12?
Okay. So you're not seeing anything unique.
Alright. The only way to cross the pond and still get to the front is this path here.
Unless you jump over to the statue and work your way around the statue and then jump across to the other planks.
So kind of like just erase everything. Oh no, it's this tool. Forgot this was.
Just do a knight move to the right and then jump like a chess piece. A knight to the right and then do a diagonal up to the... Well, I was saying start where you are, go forward, and then jump onto the statue. Grapple the frog tentacle thing. And then shimmy
Alright.
around it, and then jump off to the northwest.
Kappa nods. Kappa says, this is Kappa speaking. Kappa says, Kubazan will either approve or disapprove of this action, but he feels like it's approval because that's how he got his form, by grappling the god.
Go.
So, Kathma will make sure he has a good start, and he wants to leap onto this block first.
Okay.
So he gets like a running start here, moves here, here, and then tries to leap over, that's what he tries to do anyway.
Okay, let's see. Jumping, straight athletics. So, yeah, give me athletics. And then followed by acrobatics. There's a little bit of moss and so forth, so you'll need to make a acrobatics in order to
Sure.
stay on it.
Here's the athletics. Here's the acrobatics.
Okay, you managed to jump on the stone.
Alright. Here he's going to do a small, well, it probably wouldn't be small, a hop to this stone.
Okay. Let's do the athletics and the acrobatics again.
Thing.
Beautiful jump.
Don't think he nailed the landing.
No.
Landing, yeah. Oof, oof, oof.
And yeah, you hit the stone, you slide off the stone into this icky water. And how tall's your character?
Sorry, nope. Notes. He is 6 foot tall, even.
Standing on the bottom of the pool, the water is just slightly over your head. But, as you start kicking and grabbing hold of the side of the rock to pull you up, let me get another perception check.
Sure. At this point, you see a very angry frog looking at you. Oh, cool.
Okay, on the other side of that stone block, you see this ice stalk rise up out of the water, and there's all kinds of ripples happening, and up out of the water. Are you ready for this? This will give you a nightmare.
Ah! I knew it.
And actually, he should be right there. So,
Meanwhile, we're inside the building, just like, Jesus, what is he done skipping rope out there?
I'm like, oh my god, look at all these loot we found in here. I wonder what Kappa's doing out there.
so while he's doing that, what are the rest of you all doing?
Roll
Root,
initiative or
rooting him
Laughing
on.
hysterically.
did he
Go,
roll
go,
initiative?
go.
I couldn't hear it.
You can do it.
Say what, Steph?
Should we roll initiative or did we and I missed it or?
No, we haven't yet.
Oh, okay.
While he's doing his water dance, what are the rest of you all doing?
Oh, I'm cheering him on. You got this. Grab him by the stalk. Grab him by the stalk. Come on. You got him, Kathma. Let's see it. Oh, don't take that shit. Lick him. Lick him.
Okay, Kathma, I will give you enough time to scream and then roll for initiative.
He will. I will take an additional bonus action to clench my butt, but he does scream. Initiative. There it is.
And as Sheer pointed out, you could try and kiss it. Maybe it'll turn into a princess.
That's not part of local myths, okay? we don't have that.
Because you don't know that.
Listen, we've been taught at a very young age not to, lick or kiss frogs because you might end up in La La Land.
You know this and you're still not licking them?
uh,
The cult is
Kathma,
such a nice place to live. We gotta be sober.
Kathma, I'm just gonna give you this opportunity once. Would
Yeah.
you like to use an inspiration to re-roll initiative?
You know what? I would. I would really like to do that.
Oh,
I'm gonna take away one inspiration.
Kathma.
Wish you any will, I just hope it's a 1.
No!
Hey, you
Okay.
moved. That's 4 times as good as what. That's a 300% or 400% increase. That's not that
I
bad.
didn't change anything.
Yeah, you're still going last. You're going to get eaten by a frog. But
I've still got 2. I'll give him one of mine.
I can't. You can only use
The
inspiration
guy,
on
the
one
guy
roll.
has not gotten hit once, I don't think. So, I mean, it might be okay.
Okay.
uh,
Take one of my inspirations and roll again.
He did
Yeah.
bring it on himself. We knew it was in there.
yeah, if you want to use another inspiration, I'll let you.
Okay. Before I take anyone else's, I do have one last inspiration left, so I'm gonna use that one. No! Who told me to roll a 1? Which one of you bastards?
you know, you should stop digging it.
All right, take my extra.
Okay, thank you.
I need those to hit this thing, you know.
That's
All right,
right.
Boy,
all right. I'm just doomed. It's
And
never.
I
we're back where we
hope you
started.
all feel good throwing all that in.
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
just screwed. Let it
So-
be.
good buddy after bad.
So
Oh,
basically, we just took a big pile of inspiration points out back and burned it.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
Okay, Orin.
This is all those easy fights coming back to bite us.
okay, Orin. Wow, how much damage can I do in one turn? Because it better count. Uh, how much damage can I do in one turn? 66. Might be good. 66, or I could do Eldritch Blast, which is 1d10 plus 4, and I can do 2 of them. 2d10 plus 4 each, plus 1d6 each for Hex, if I do the Hex too. Times 6 is 18, yeah. I'm gonna just do... Okay, 40 feet away. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a bonus action spell to Hex.
Yeah.
Right? That's one of my spells. I think I need to target myself to do the... Did that work right? I don't know that that worked right. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
how that works. I have to
Yeah,
get
that
to
works.
target myself. Okay. Then what I need to do is not target myself. Target the Froghemoth. And I will do Eldritch Blast. I get 2 shots. So attack. Miss. Yay.
Not now.
And
This
an
is not when you should
attack.
miss.
Hit. The damage is 1d10 plus 4. 11 points of damage. Text. Tokens are not locked though for movement.
Got it. They're locked.
And then I'm gonna move 10 feet back. The thing gonna move 40 feet. And then for its action, it's gonna move another. It's gonna dash another. Oh, there. Let's go around the corner. When it needs to do something next turn, it can. And that is gonna be my turn.
All right, sheer. Yeah, sheer. As your firebolt hits, you notice it doesn't seem to do any damage.
Okay, so how deep is this again before we hit water?
Uh,
7 feet, I think he said.
7 feet, and then about six
yeah,
feet of water. Okay.
7 feet down to the top of the water, and then 6 feet of water.
Now, is Kathma, is he, because he's kind of in between two squares, would he be considered 5 feet, like adjacent to the frog?
Yes, he would.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna run up next to Bjorn with my short bow, and I'm gonna shoot at the frog moth. All right, that's about it.
He is still wounded. Well, I'm only going to move up to about there. So I get a clear view of this freak. And then I guess I'm going to call lightning down on him.
In the water with Kathma there.
Man, you ruined everything. All right, I'm going to. So by lightning, I mean moonbeam. Sure. I said moonbeam. It's just that call lightning came out. And honestly, Kathma should probably take it in the shorts a little. Of course of that. Anyway, okay.
Go lightning. Consider it tough love.
Tough love. Yeah. Don't take. So,
You're gonna put the moonbeam on the frog.
yeah. So I got to target him. Okay. He is well within range. I cast. Right? Or is that
Yep.
an attack? It's cast.
You should
Okay.
roll a save for it.
And he succeeded.
Fucker. And then I apply the effect, right? Or the damage.
You targeted yourself too, so make sure you refund yourself 8 hit points.
Hey, give me back my 8 hit points. How did I target me? I thought I targeted him. I clicked on him. Damage 8 to Frog Hemoth. Damage 8 to Moltak. I'm completely lost. I don't understand how come it would damage me. So.
God damn it. Losing my moonbeam.
Oh, anyway, okay. And so I moved and I moonbeamed his ass. I guess it is now his turn. Sorry, Kathma.
No biggie.
The way that
Okay.
symbol came out when it started real small and was growing out, I thought something was coming out of the water for just a split. Just
Okay.
through, and it's like
Frog Hemoth had a friend.
All right. Well, let's see. We'll start with the closest, and how creative would you like to die?
Oh no. Let's see what happens. I'll happily narrate his death if something happens. Just tell me. You just keep doing your rolls.
Rolling. A new character.
Okay, Kathma, you see this tentacle come swinging at you.
Oh, come on. All right.
Oh, 30.
This just was not meant to be.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be. That's it, yeah.
Yeah, you were.
Initiative 4 times, yeah. Got
Boom!
4 times, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Not too bad.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. That was that's not even half your health.
Alright, how many attacks does it get, though?
And you see another tentacle coming at you.
Okay, 4 attacks. Wait, 1 second? Nope, never mind. Can't do anything about that.
And it does indeed hit. And
did more than the critical.
Yeah, I did. I think the
Yeah,
critical roll
okay, I
was super
take that
low.
back. Yeah, that's maybe
Might
not
have
so good.
rolled a bunch of ones or something.
And Kathma, I will even say you managed to make it up on top of the stone during that attack.
Oh,
So
okay.
you don't have to worry about getting out of the water.
I can just feel the pity from the GM here. All right, we'll have to cast no, some before. I can't even jump that far. Uh, uh, is the water difficult terrain?
Yes, it would count as difficult.
Okay, so there's 1, 2, and then do a leap. So I'm gonna just if he jumps from this square, try and land there, and disengage as an action. Is that a thing he can do?
Um, Heavy jumping. Okay, you can cover a number. When you make a long jump, you can cover the number of feet up to your strength score. If you take a run.
16.
Making a standing, you can only leap 8.
Right. So since he's running, because he's running to tip of the stone thing, he can jump up to 16. You said.
Yep.
So he runs to the top of this thing, and he would attempt to jump. This is what 10, so I can get up to. This is 15, so I can get to this base of the stairs here,
Right.
and then I can spend the last 5 feet moving up to my friends here.
So,
Okay. Why
let's
does his
make
movement? Sorry.
make an athletics.
Sure. Now I will say though, for his action, he decides to take the dodge action instead of this disengage. That will have. Um, and where's my athletics? Here it is.
And can I get you to roll a perception while you're at it?
You got it. 12.
As you're running along the the monolith and doing your job, as you start your run, you notice something that looks like a key in the mask or in the mouth of the statue.
Oh. Okay. All right. He'll keep that in mind. Also, give me 1 second. I gotta add this power. I'll call it dodge. Add an effect. Lasts for 1 round. Target self. Okay. Now it does get an attack of opportunity because I left its square.
Okay, well, it's going to try and bite you while you're jumping. I was being nice, but you brought it up, and he missed.
Just trying to be fair. And all right, he will end his turn.
Oh, Catherine. Catherine.
All right, Augie, you're up.
Oh,
All right.
there is one thing I forgot to do. Can I quickly just mention it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Great. He will target the Froghemoth and curse it with his Hexblade Curse. And that will that's all he does. That was a bonus action for him to do.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
So Orin is targeting the Froghemoth. 2 Eldritch Blasts with Hex. Attack. Hit. Damage. And damage. Okay. And then Kathma is at, wow, 40 down. Whale.
Yeah. I had to get out. I could have had no time to heal.
So how many d6 should I hit you with? 1, 2, 3.
All of them. I'd keep one for yourself in case you need it.
3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. Go. Have him targeted. 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at those ones.
Oh my god. Thank you.
1, 2. And it's not as much as it wished it was, but 3 of those were good. That was my bonus action. And then Thing is going to fly over to the frog and tell him that his mother is so fat that the druid tried to push her into the ocean when he saw her at the beach. And I'm gonna move over there. So that's, where is that action? Oh, if I use the guiding bolt, I think that's what we figured out last time. If I target the Froghemoth and then use the effect, it'll give advantage on the next person, which is the help action from Thing. And I'll move out of the way and end my turn.
All right.
I actually hit with this fucking crossbow.
Only because you had advantage.
Shut up. I hit as a hit. Added 4 damage. Yay.
I'm not going in there. So I'm just going to shoot him again. Then I'm going to move a little bit back.
Okay, I will. Debating if I should slip into my something more comfortable like dire wolf.
Shark. And
I'm sorry.
get him. Turn to a shark and go get him.
I don't have shark in my list of
crocodile or something.
I got nothing useful. Druid's stupid. Okay, so I guess I just damage him again, and then does he have to make another save?
Yes, I believe.
Save first wounding. Magic half on save. Oh, so he needs to make the save though. Oh, or I put the effect. Why do I fuck this up every time? It's a simple thing, but for some reason, every time we play, I'm like, how does this work again?
Yeah.
So I apply the effect. It puts it on me though.
That's
Right.
Well,
because it's only for concentration. So if
Says
you get hit, it will automatically roll concentration for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when I try to select him, control click, it's not. Oh, there he is. Now it targets. Last turn it wouldn't let me target. Okay, so now I just roll damage, right?
Save.
So save.
Yeah, roll the save.
Save.
All right, now you
And
roll the damage.
That's so surprising that he saved.
Like we've never seen that before.
And 7 points to butthole. Okay. All right. And then I think I'm good where I'm at. I'm hiding behind the Diego that's going to save me.
I'm hoping the Butterfly Slayer will save me.
All right. Frog Hemoth.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna do that frog-like swim over. And
Call that hopping.
I was hoping for a super
Frog
jump,
leap,
like
yeah.
a crazy super frog jump right on top of Cathma.
Okay, let's cut out the last part, but the frog jump is cool. We can keep the frog jump.
Oh, he's about to use Cathma like a bitch.
well, I've still got half movement. Okay, let's see. Bjorn, you see a tentacle come at you. And it does indeed hit.
Hang on. What's my AC? 18? Oh, yeah, no, shield's not going to do anything. Never mind. Go.
And that hurt a little bit. And you see another tentacle come at you, Sheer. And that one does miss. And Cathma, you see this frog hemoth. He turns over, he turns around, and he's looking at you. And you see this big tongue come out, and he licks his lips. And you see this gigantic mouth come at you.
Oh, he's going to get eaten.
Okay, I will use a reaction. Wait, no, did you roll disadvantage? Yes, you did. I will use a reaction to cast shield. Which bumps my AC to 23. Very narrowly avoiding this.
Oh, you fucker. You'll die next round.
Okay.
Okay, and with that, he's going to jump out of the pool. I don't know where the hell he's gonna fit, but
Very cool.
All right. Okay. Did Sheer ever take his turn, by the way?
yeah, he did.
Okay. I'm just curious. Now, I think this affects all creatures within 10 feet. Yeah. Okay. Not do this. Alright, so Kathma gets, a bit of a breather. He's very thankful. He will cast... First he will move, because his friends are in danger.
And right back into the action.
Yes, he will. And he will... where did this thing go? I have way too many things. Where is it? I could have sworn it. There it is. Channel Divinity. What? Alright, he will use his Channel Divinity, and he will activate his Conquering Presence thing, which says, as an action, you force each creature of your choice, so I can exclude my allies. You can see within 30 feet of you to make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes friend for you for 1 minute. The friend creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect of itself on a success. So, what am I gonna do? Did I target this thing? Yes, I did. It's a save. And it makes it. Now I'm frightened, so I'm just gonna stand right here and cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action. Nope, did not do that.
The frog Kemoth appreciates that.
Nope. Whoops. There we go. And that's another spell I use, so I'll take this off. That's it.
Are you kind of wishing you all would have went after the wild dogs?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Go big or go home.
Okay, so this Froghemoth he's in 9 squares. Is that the size of him?
That is correct.
Okay, so I am not adjacent to him.
No, you are not.
Okay, good.
But he has reach, right?
You don't know. You might have.
He could probably, yeah, you're not adjacent to him, but I'll bet he can reach you. He's got tentacles.
Well, I'll move. It's just that I don't know if I need to, if he gets an opportunity attack if I move away from him. So I guess is.
Oh, right, yeah. He doesn't threaten the square you're. Well, he's got reach. I don't know how it works in.
Yeah, I mean, unless like pole arm. If you have pole arm feet, if somebody moves outside of your reach, they can still smack you. But,
Yeah. I know. I just know in Pathfinder. Yeah, if you've got a reach weapon, then you threaten 10 feet, not 5.
No.
So in 5e, if you leave someone's reach, you will provoke. The polearm feat says if someone enters your reach, you will provoke.
Okay, so if he has reach, I would still.
Yes.
But that is suck.
And he does have reach with the tentacles.
Oh.
Quite a lot.
So I'd have to take disengage to get out of his reach. Okay. Without an opportunity attack. Okay, let's do it this way then. I'm going to shoot at him with the Eldritch Blast. He is targeted. Attack. Oh, advantage, wow. So that was a 20? Sweet.
Yep.
Flat. Attack him.
It might
Again.
start be getting serious for the frog.
Please don't say this is not its final form.
Down. Somehow scrolled up. And that was 6 plus 1. It's for 11 damage. Okay. Thing is going to insult him. Is invisible. Bark in his face or whatever. Fly out of his reach, but he's invisible theoretically. I'm going to apply that effect on the Froghemoth. And now, still have a reaction, so I'm going to move 15 feet away and see if he wants to give me an opportunity attack.
Oh, absolutely.
As a reaction to taking damage, I cast Hellish Rebuke.
And that gives you a hit back on him, or
That's a hit on him.
from you, or
Yeah.
it hits him.
Yeah, it hits him. And the damage to me, actually, that can be calculated at any point in time because reactions to taking
Wait,
damage.
hang on, I wasn't really paying attention because I'm still in this video call. Why did the frog just get an attack?
Because I moved away from it. It has an
Yeah.
opportunity attack.
Oh, okay.
So it's that succeeded, but he still gets half of that. And then it does damage to me.
Okay, and not too bad.
Too bad, but I get to move away. And I got to hit him again.
It's halved, and then he resisted it.
Yeah, it probably has resistance to some damage type or something.
It resisted his fireball too. So
Necrotic. So
yeah,
it's
it got
resistant
half
to
of its
necrotic
save,
damage.
and then it took half of that because it's resistant. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
The
necrotic
one-
and fire. Move me out of the way, and that'll be my turn.
Yeah, it would have resisted the fire, but not the necrotic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Is
thing.
Hellish Rebuke necrotic?
Yeah, because it's
It says
23.
type necrotic.
23 goes down to 11. 11 goes down to 5. Because you round down each time, and then 5 plus the 1 necrotic damage is 6, so it does, add up.
Oh, for the okay, yes, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to disengage as a bonus action and
Run the fuck
here.
away.
Yeah, fuck you guys. And then I'm gonna fire another arrow.
Hey, it's the druid's turn. That makes everything better.
Get him.
Okay. I see you guys all bailed on me. Thanks a lot.
Turn to a
Now,
bear.
he already did his one attack, or does he get another?
Only one way to find out.
Usually only one, but he might have a special thing that gives them 2 attacks. We never know.
All right, how many hit points do I have? Okay, well, all right. Well, I'm gonna run squealing back here, and hopefully he doesn't get to maul me.
I have that conjure animal charm.
Conjure animal charm. What? Is that something we found?
The Naga gave us all.
We all got a charm, but I think most of us took the summon animal one.
Oh yeah, I
But
remember something.
taking
About
something else. I don't know. There was like 6 or something like that.
So then he's gonna save because every time. Why? Why do I have to reselect him every time? That's what I don't get.
Well, yeah, you have to let the system know who's saving against your spell.
Oh, well, no,
No,
I
I'm
don't.
saying I target him, and then when my turn comes around again, I have to retarget him. Is that normal?
Yeah.
It may be untargeting because he succeeded on his save.
Ah, I
maybe
see
that's
what you mean. Yeah.
No, I think it untargets before because when I click save, then it applies the save to me. Like it doesn't. I don't have anybody else targeted. So it's
When
like,
you
oh,
roll the damage, it untargets it because your spell is done. But if you want to keep it targeted, that's annoyance, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So, all right. So I'll retarget him. I moved and I did that and I did the thing and hopefully he's going to come over and attack Diego instead of me. So there you go, Frog Hamas. Oh wait,
Why? He's got 2 people right there to
got
chomp
Bjorn
on.
and Kathma to maul.
They like smell of death from their injuries already,
Kathma
so I'm gonna be
smells
hungry.
all yummy and he's already tenderized.
Okay, Kathma, you see this large mouth come at you again.
+7. Why do I have +7?
Your AC must not have gone off from your shield.
Oh yeah, the shield. That shield should have ended last turn. I don't know why that was so on.
Okay, so it did hit you then, right?
My AC is 19 +2 is 21.
Yep. And
I will cast shield one more time.
I love that spell.
okay, yeah, that kind of pissed the.
I'm gonna die otherwise. I'm sorry, but
See, now that you know that, you can try to go after him now with the other.
And you see a tentacle come at you, which does miss, and then his other tentacle is going at Bjorn. And that was a hit. Ha 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 ha. And the Froghemoth.
You're lucky I'm still on this video call. I should have shielded that.
Opportunity attack.
And he's gonna hop up closer to the action.
We got opportunity attacks, right?
Yep, Bjorn and Kathma. Put him down. Put him down.
all right, here we go.
Well, Kathma doesn't have his reaction, right?
Oh, you're right. I don't have my reaction. Thank you. So ignore that. That would have been a crit too. No.
Oh, you crit on 19?
The Hexblade Curse makes me crit on 19
Nice.
on the target. Only the target. It's not like a thing I do.
Okay, and you're up.
Alright, Kathma will run up.
Can he finish it?
I believe this is flanking, right?
Yes.
Now, in this game, is flanking an advantage or a +2?
Advantage.
Before you roll a bow, I don't have a melee weapon since I've been using a bow. I don't know if that matters.
It doesn't really matter because you can always make an unarmed attack without, it does 1 damage, but it's
Yeah,
there's
it's
such thing
just
as like threatening.
there's
and
so
stuff.
many additions in my head. Sometimes I can't remember if that was for this one or not.
All right, no problem. So am I good to roll?
Yes, you are
Yeah.
good to roll.
Awesome.
It makes, because I do know you can just punch somebody, so yeah.
Does this much damage? With great vengeance, Kathma
Oh, wow.
charges up from behind and runs his sword through the back of this Froghemoth.
Oh, and there's blood everywhere.
Quite a mess, too.
But look at the size of those frog legs, dudes. Seriously.
Someone a little
Fire
hungry?
up the trigger. Fire up the trigger. Run out frog leg.
Okay, I'm gonna pass out the experience for that, and welcome to 1,100 points each. That was a CR10 encounter.
Shocked. No, I thought for
Yeah,
sure at least one.
I thought for sure you were gone too. Okay, do y'all mind if we take 10 minutes here?
Sure, no
Sure.
problem.
Cool.
wrestling around. It's fucking hilarious.
I'm so glad I got back in time for that story.
So
It's a pretty great story.
yeah, yeah. Still remember that. Someday
3
you
years ago, jeez.
never know when you need that sort of useless information.
All right.
I don't know if you guys can hear my kid in the next room. He's playing Overwatch, and apparently you have to play that while yelling constantly at a very high volume. I don't.
Of course.
You can't just play it. Apparently Reaper's a dick, and now Echo's the bitch, and
Oh, okay.
so there's a lot of fuck you, Echo, fuck you, fuck going on in the background. He's 17, and yeah, I remember a time when he was sweet and innocent and didn't swear, but those heady days are gone.
It's right. I mean, 17. He's almost at the tail end of growing up into like supposed adult, and realizing, hey, maybe I don't have to yell profanity every couple seconds to prove that I'm cool.
It's funny. He plays a lot of video games. All
Yeah.
the other video games he plays, he never yells like this. This is the only game he loses his shit. Every other game he can play. He plays WoW. He plays Grand Theft Auto. He plays
Uh-huh.
all sorts of Xbox stuff, and he's a normal kid. But boy, he plays this game and he loses it. I've had to cut off the Wi-Fi at night. Just like, no, you're done. Like, but Dad, no. I'm trying to sleep here and I'm listening to you shout profanities at your computer screen. Fine, all right, guys, I gotta go. My dad's a dick.
No shit, is he actually? All right.
And they're like, yeah, no. Half of them
No,
are like, well, what you got it, Dad? So
that's funny.
anyway, yeah, he just loses his shit when he plays that game. Bizarre. Okay, so I have to mark off a third level spell slot because I cast that as a third. Okay, I think that's how that works.
Okay. Well, you managed to surprisingly survive that encounter.
Despite Catherine's best efforts.
Hey.
Catherine tried.
I've never seen someone so determined to die.
He had like 27 AC at one point, though. I mean, it just means we can throw him in front of anything now, and we can be like, he's got it. Maybe give him a heads up first, but basically it just means let's just throw him into stuff, and we can probably walk out of this.
Doesn't work that way, all right? Shield only lasts for like one turn.
Hey, it worked this time, didn't it?
It's only because Winter rolled really low on the critical. Like, if he rolled average in that thing, Catherine would have been dead in the water, quite literally.
You're still alive, so it has never not worked.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
All right.
Well, after hitting you with the two tentacles, I really didn't want to bite you and swallow you. God, that sounded horrible. Yes.
Oh my god.
And he could swallow up to 2 people. And it was 3d6 acid damage the entire time you're in the frog's stomach per round.
Okay. Okay, if that happened to you guys, I would have been running. I would have been like, oh, well, that's it.
See ya. And Kathma, just a reminder, when you were jumping, you did see something that looked like a key in the mouth of the statue.
Yep. So Kathma does tell the group, and this time he says, I'm starting to think that the story of the 9 gods and what they stand for are a little bullshit. So maybe your flying bird can go. You disguised the thing as a bird to us, right, Audie?
Yeah, he can be a raven. But I don't think you're showing the proper amount of bravery to Clagamoth.
Kappa once again reiterates, perhaps it's not about showing bravery, but it's just something that we attributed to them in the stories.
You are the shame of Kubazan. I'll have Thing fly over and take a look at the mask and see if he can find this key thing that
Yes.
we're looking for.
Right inside the mouth, you see there's this indentation on the tongue, and in that indentation sits a stone key.
I'll tell Thing to turn into a invisible imp, and pull that key out.
Okay, you see this stone key kind of float out of the mouth of the statue, and you now have a stone key.
Let's
I wonder
go
if there's
check.
anything else in that water, though. You know, like sunken chest full of magic. That's where
Maybe-
magic comes from, right? You find it in chests.
Maybe, Mrs. Froghemoth is in there.
Yeah. Well, the druid can turn into a fish, can't he? Or a frog.
Or a frog, yes. Can you turn into a Froghemoth? Like a little baby Froghemoth, maybe?
Yeah, he's saving that for when you all go to bed at night. Give you nightmares. There's nothing else of interest in the water.
Well, I'll have Thing run around the perimeter of the shrine, and then I guess we'll look at the doors.
Okay, and we'll unlock tokens. And yes, you're not finding anything of any interest on the outside of the temple.
Okay. And the doors are locked.
The door is locked, and carved onto the lintel above the locked door is an inscription written in Old Omuan. And,
oh no.
and Kubazan urges us to tread without fear and to give back as much as we take.
Alright, so Kathma says this is bullshit now. So we're supposed to go in scared and take everything and leave nothing.
Kappa is having a little bit of crisis of faith right now, you know? Like, he's mumbling to himself, saying, you know, the 9 gods are supposed to be, you know, benevolent gods who saved us and protected us and gave us water back when Uptown left. You know, he's unsure.
I'll have Thing fly over and try the key in the lock.
And the key slides into the lock. Thing turns it, and the door opens, revealing. Love it when I.
More Froghemoths. I mean,
Another great big frog.
Not big enough for 5, maybe 4.
The doors open, and you see a set of stairs descending to a ledge, overlooking a pit of sharpened stakes. You see an alcove on the far wall holds a pedestal, and you can see the stone cube resting on it. And a relief carved into the back of the alcove shows this monstrous frog with tentacles fighting a crane. You see wooden beams radiating from the walls at floor height with 4-foot gaps between them. And carved frog heads extrude from the walls above the beams.
One of the graffitis said, "The puzzle cubes are the key."
Did
So like there's several of those stone cubes there, and we're
Maybe
gonna need them.
Maybe
Uh,
one for every shrine.
Yeah, they're out of character. You need the cubes, and there are 9 of them, 1 per shrine.
Okay.
And the pit in front of you is 30 feet deep. The wooden beams surround the side. You can move around the perimeter of the room by hopping from beam to beam. Naturally, an acrobatics check.
And what would stop someone from flying across? Do the spikes come up? Do the faces of the frogs spit poison darts?
Let's see.
Well, it does show him fighting a crane. Maybe like something will shoot out to try to grapple something that's flying.
Yeah, it doesn't like flying things. Probably not a bad idea to find out. Throw a rock or something in there.
I mean, we don't know, right?
Right.
Can I? Okay. So I'm gonna have Kappa make something. What's? Oh, what? Actually, yeah. To find out an effect of a fear, it's like a wisdom saving throw, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Kathman sort of like shakes his head and turns to the group. He says, "No. This must still be a trial. I cannot lose my faith or my path." And he will. First of all, he will heal himself for 20 hit points with his lay on hands. So I forgot to do that. Second of all, it says, "You must believe and you must hold no hesitation in your heart to overcome the trials of the 9 gods." Going to step into the room.
You can do it, Kathma. And then I'll like look to the rest of the group and be like, "He's dead. He's gone.
Go
We should
Kathma.
leave."
Go
He
Kathma.
can't do it.
All
He
the
is
time.
totally God, guys. We should just, I don't know.
Who's got dibs on his armor?
Get his wallet.
Who's got dibs on whose arm?
Kathma's.
Kathma. Get his wallet.
Only
If
thing
anyone
left to do
stops
is go through his pockets for short change.
Right. If no one stops him, he's gonna step forward bravely.
Alright, so I'm like 100% here now. What's been happening since the froggy?
Kathma has the death wish.
Yeah, they've opened up the shrine with the key that they found in the statue's mouth. You've got a 30 foot deep pit with sharpened sticks pointing up. You've got boards that are sticking out at floor level that go around the perimeter of the room that are on average about 4 feet apart. And in the alcove, there is a stone key, which, out of character or out of game, the stone cubes are the key. There's 1 per shrine that you do have to collect in order to finish this adventure.
Oh, right.
Alright.
Kathma does, by the way, ask for the key from RG, the Raven. Thing. That's what I will require the key.
Well, the key opened the doors.
Oh, is it no longer with us?
The key is in the lock that opened the doors. What do you
Gotcha.
need the key for?
Kathma just simply points to the front and says, you gotta give back as much as we can take.
I think what they're saying is it's the Raiders of the Lost Ark. You got to put something heavy on you take the cube away, or it's going to shoot arrows at you.
Yeah. So is the key stuck in the lock, Winter?
No. You can remove it.
Perfect. Kathma will take that key. And, cube, or, whatever the keys are. And he will, alright, here goes nothing. Kathma is super, he rolled a 20 to save against the fear effect, so he's brave and he steps into the pit.
It's 30 feet.
Alright, you have to walk forward without fear.
No, dude.
I think you have to walk around on the ledges.
On the wooden things on the side.
You gotta believe, obviously.
I believe you're gonna.
I am just shocked. Like, Diego's like looking and is just like, what?
Okay.
Like, watches them Wile E. Coyote just drop.
That last step to do.
I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
You
Oh man. And Kathma, you fall and hit the floor, and fortunately you missed the wooden stake. And let's see,
My bravery was rewarded. Kuba-san, watch this over me.
From beyond, the frog is like, I lost to this guy? Seriously?
but you do take 14 points of falling damage.
Right.
That's gonna leave a mark.
I'll mark that. And then he's going to navigate between the stakes.
Okay, let's see.
Can we just use one of these summon animals to summon a bird to just fly over and get it? Test it that way.
Yeah.
How much does it weigh? Maybe the imp can go grab.
They're, if memory serves, they're like 3 inches by 3 inches.
The cube or the imp?
The cube.
Cube.
Okay, so then the imp could probably go grab it.
Yeah, but you have to. It says you have to give back what you take. So you have to put something of the same weight in the spot. It's one of those old Incan Raiders of the Lost Ark puzzles.
Once Kathma gets to the bottom of this thing, he's gonna start scaling the face of this thing. I don't know if it's stone or earth or something.
It's stone. You are able to find enough grooves to get handholds and so forth. And if you want to give me a athletics.
Sure. Oh.
And you know what? I'll give it to you. You made it up to the top. Facing the alcove and the stone cube.
Right. And once Kathma gets up here, by the way, as I'm narrating this, if your character wants to do something in the middle of it, go ahead. He will reach forward without hesitation and swap out the two cubes, or the 2 keys, or I don't know what we're calling them.
It's what you've got 1 key and there's a cube.
Oh,
There's only 1 per shrine.
Swap out the key for the cube. How big is this cube, by the way?
It's let me
3 inches by 3 inches.
Yeah, roughly, and yeah, it has an engraving on it that you're gonna recognize as the frog that almost killed you.
Fight back the urge to smash this cube.
And you're going to swap out the cube for the key, correct?
That is indeed correct.
No, that's always a loaded question.
And okay. Wizards actually thought ahead and put the weight of the key in there. Okay, as you grab the cube and you put the key, the doors slam shut. And at the same time, these carved frog heads that are on the walls above the planks start belching forward poisonous gas.
Oh,
no.
Kathman really wants to roll a new character. I can tell.
No.
He's like,
Listen, he's just he was a shaman of his people, so he very, very much believes in, the whole
reincarnation.
well, okay, let's not go there, but I was gonna say the whole the lessons of the myths and stuff.
If he gets struck down, he'll come back more powerful than we've ever imagined.
Right.
And can I get everyone to roll initiative just for keeping track of time?
And the key is now in there.
Yeah.
Yes, and Bjorn, you would have heard when the door slammed shut, you would have heard a click of the lock. And Diego, what would you like to do?
Well, I guess Kathma's dead. All right, fine. All right, let me take a look at the lock. All right. Okay. Well, I know where the lock is, so I guess I don't have to find it. So I will try to open the door.
Let's see, that's from within the shrine. And back to... Okay, you are not able to pick the lock. And...
Well, damn.
You do see magic pop off the door. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw versus fear.
Oh, God.
And hey, for a second you get very afraid of this place and then it passes. But the door is still locked.
Well, damn.
Shouldn't have
Tried.
let me go in with him.
Needed that key. He loved that key, Kathma.
Right now.
He would take that key everywhere with him.
You hear from beyond the door. What treachery is this?
And a reply comes back, "Hey, dumbass."
If this was like a Saturday morning TV show, his character would be like just a lemming, like a lemming in the armor and everything.
Armor and lemming.
So what would you like to try, Sheer?
Well, here's the obvious fighter question. What is this door made?
It is a stone door.
And there was like magic that showed up when I was like screwing around with the lock.
Yeah, I'm not about to break my ankles trying to kick that down. Fuck. I don't fucking have any spells that I could try it with. And I guess I could try and Thunder Wave it if I wanted to burn a spell slot, maybe.
The
Can the
one
stone
time,
door... The what?
the one time you need an adamantine hammer.
I know, right? I don't know. Would Thunder Wave have any effect?
Let's see. Can Thunder Wave open doors? And
You know, it's funny. If you look up in the chat a little bit, it shows up as a Reddit link, so you can't really tell. But I posted this a couple days ago with sound. Like someone actually covered this tune with medieval instruments.
It is. If you clicked
No
on it, it
kidding.
does. It even has the sound.
I'm not getting the sound from yours.
let's
That's kind of
see.
disappointing. Oh well.
Probably got open original or something.
Target with cover. Target has total cover, so they aren't affected.
And no, open original doesn't seem to be doing any. Oh, wait, there it is.
Yeah, it says unsecured
I
objects.
got the sound. Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to open the door. If you were on the other side, anything that's unsecured, it would blow out of the way. But I don't think it's going to have enough force to open up stone doors.
Can the druid turn into like something strong enough to kick down that door?
Well, we'll see what happens when we get to the druid's turn, I guess. Let's wait for Kathma to...
I don't know. Let me check my inventory. Maybe I have a stick of dynamite or something.
Watch this be the thing where he like just walks through some glowing archway and shows up behind us while we're like frantically trying to get into the door.
Yeah, I got nothing. I could throw a plate at it.
I got a 2-person tent I can flog it with.
All right, Kathma. I need a saving throw from you. Constitution, please. And this gas is filling up the room, and you're starting to cough a little bit, but right this second, it's not affecting you.
Okay. Gathma will, as he looks at the door, does he see a keyhole on this side of the door as well?
That is a good question. Yes, you do see a keyhole.
Great. He's gonna grab both objects, stuff them into his pouch, and he's gonna start scaling down and start moving through the spike pits.
Okay, give me an athletics if you would.
Sure.
And you're able to make it down.
How much movement? I have 30 feet of movement, so I don't know how far that can get me.
Yeah, I'll give it to you as going down and back up if you'd like.
Oh, like down and back up? Alright, so
Yeah.
he'll end his turn here.
Steph?
All right, thank God it's the druid's turn. So, are there any cracks around this door, or is it sealed tight?
Yeah, you can see some cracks.
I can wild shape down to the size of a spider. In theory, I could crawl through a crack and get inside. Of course, then I would be trapped in there with him making
Yeah,
silly
that would
noises.
probably be a very
So,
bad idea.
well, I was just thinking of a way to get the key back outside. But
I just come to watch you die.
yeah, I just like that
That's
spider
really
have
funny.
little binoculars. Is that spider eating popcorn? What the hell?
I can see the spider crawling under the door wearing a face mask.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Tiny little gas mask.
What
So
if it's smiling?
yeah, that spider. That spider's a dick. Um, I can't really. I don't really have any skills that are going to help us out here. I could like call lightning down on the doors, try to damage them and somewhat blow them apart.
Why is that your answer for everything? Just call lightning in.
Well, because druids in this game blow goats. You get like 4 spells for the rest of your life, and so call lightning and moonbeam are it. Those are my go-to. And entangle and Bartskin. I can entangle him, but no, I guess I'll just have to pass on my turn. I really don't see a skill I can apply to this situation.
Could a bear knock the doors down?
I don't have that wild shape yet. I'm a dire wolf is the best I got.
Oh, yeah, that's not strong
So
enough.
I can, I can,
Pee
I
on the
can go
door?
start digging a ditch to bury Catherine and I can get him back.
That's funny.
I'm gonna go work on a grave over here as a dire wolf while you guys wait for Catherine to come out
When we get back to the town, we're gonna go visit a zoo or something.
in soup form.
Pretty much in the same boat. The doors are sealed so a spider couldn't or could not get through.
Spider could.
I will send the imp through as a spider because it's immune to poison.
Should have sent him with a piece of string, and maybe we could pull the key back over to this side.
Yeah.
As soon as he gets underneath the door, Kathma steps on him because he's just gonna walk right up, like
Oh,
doop
no,
doo.
don't say that.
So at least now I can see that Kathma's here. He has the key, and there is a keyhole on the other side of the door. I'll tell everyone that there's gas inside. And there's a keyhole on the side, and he has the key, and he has the cube, so hopefully he'll be able to open the door. And that's about all I can do. My action is spent looking through the eyes of the imp.
Told him not to eat that undead T-Rex meat.
Does anybody else have anything they want to try or?
Well, in that case, I'll just move aside because apparently I can't somehow get through this magical lock. I will let him use the key.
Yeah, I got Jackal.
Okay, Kathma, let's start with that Constitution saving throw. Ooh, shit.
If it paralyzes him or something.
And you take 10 points of poison damage.
Alright, okay, I did not mean to change my constitution to 28. My wounds are 28, there we go.
And other than just being a little poisoned, you're alright.
Alright, he's going to open the door and get the heck out of Dodge. That's what he's gonna do.
That's quite the adventure.
What sort of adventure wasn't it?
Oh, the stories you'll have to tell when you get home. And let's see. And I have put the cube into the party sheet now. And congratulations, you have survived. The Chamber of Bravery. And
Kafka is convinced that the gods are, his belief in the gods are maybe a little shaky.
And when had you jumped on the beams to get over, they would have retracted.
Oh, that's funny.
So
You never know.
yeah, let's see. Is there any?
So probably just flying the imp over was probably the best option after all.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, and no experience points for getting the cube. The cube is your reward enough.
Ooh.
What would y'all like to do now?
I guess continuing on, looking for more of these shrines, perhaps.
I burned my slots and
We can take a
used
short
up all my
rest.
healing, so
Oh,
I
yes,
think we
that's
need to
right.
chill out. Is this the safest place we could be, or next to the Frogomyth carcass, or?
We could
Big enough, we could carve it,
rest in
hollow
this
it out.
area. Like if we hide behind the courtyard walls here.
Yeah, you still got, yeah, you could hide behind there. Really, it's got to be like 1 to 2 in the afternoon.
We can short rest at the very least and heal up.
Short rest.
Okay, one short rest coming at ya.
Wow, really? Okay. And screw it.
Okay. Do you want to check out the walled courtyard compound with the dead bodies?
Yeah, that's part of our plan, right? Just to see what they had on them.
Pretty much the next step, yeah, because it was either that or this. So now that we're done, we don't have a new direction. Might as well.
Should Bjorn heal a little bit?
I don't know. If we take a short rest, I can burn my fucking.
Yeah, we did just take a short rest now. So if you wanted to.
Yeah, burn your second wind, and you can also roll some HD to heal up as well.
Bjorn's a trooper. He's good.
Yeah, I got all of 7 hit points.
Yeah, but you can use your hit dice too to heal up during a short rest.
So under main, yeah, there you go. Keep rolling as much as you want.
Alright, I'll burn one more. Alright.
And go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, because we took a short rest, you can, if you burnt your second wind at the start of the short rest, you can probably get it back at the end of it. That's all I wanted to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, I give you that. And you still want to go over the back wall and sneak into the walled compound?
Yeah. If there's anything in those two buildings in between us and the compound, too, we'll look at those.
Yes, they are just the typical ruins. You can find some junk, but nothing of any value, and nothing from recent times either. Yeah, let me pull up the courtyard. Okay, and don't panic, but I'm gonna turn the wolves on, the wild dogs, and share a new map with you. Shrink it. And you all managed to relatively easy get over the wall and into the compound. And sorry, the map doesn't match, but close enough. And on the other side of the building in front of you, you can see these 6 wild dogs tearing and fighting over a carcass.
Nice.
And the dogs aren't really aware of your presence or don't consider you a threat.
So you could probably just sneak past them then.
And thing, in the rubble, I swear I just put him on the combat tracker. Ah. And that one gets deleted. And the rubble to the northwest of you, you can see a wounded man trapped underneath part of the fallen wall.
I
We call the
will.
dogs over. Come here. Come here, boy.
You missed one.
He fell in the well.
I'll I'll motion for Catmine. I said we got a live one on the east side. Draw the dogs over to the west and take care of them.
Okay. Cathpa nods. And he will, kind of like shoulder Bjorn a little bit and see if he's up for the task.
Hi.
Okay, so you're all gonna act as bait for the dogs. Hello? Okay, what the fuck have I done? Yeah, I'd say there's a damn connection problem.
Two
Right.
days later, quit.
Hey guys.
Oh, hey.
Well, I basically have the group, or at least a couple of the people, so that's not really a concern. We're just I'm trying to figure out if I want to stick with Fantasy Grounds or try Roll 20, because Roll20 is probably going to be cheaper in the long run, but I like Fantasy Grounds. And like most humans, I'm resistant to change.
Yeah, I think they both had their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
I'm curious once they roll out the Unity, how much different or better it'll be because it'll have dynamic lighting and
It is
some of
pretty
the stuff.
different. I screwed around with the Unity tools a couple of weeks ago just to see, what's new, and the added dynamic lighting. Actually, I prefer the Unity's version of dynamic lighting versus the Roll20 one. You can even
Oh
add
yeah,
like the terrain dynamic lighting, right? Which means you can still see through
yes,
it, but you can't see objects hiding behind it. So like if you put a terrain dynamic lighting on a stack of crates, right? You can still see through a stack of crates, but you won't be able to see, say, a goblin hiding behind the stack of crates, and it's all built
exactly.
in.
Yeah, I noticed
That's
that
super
myself.
cool.
I hadn't noticed that. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is your internet back? We can log back into this thing.
Apparently, I know Augie's reconnected, but
Still loading, but at least it let me, so you're on the internet.
yeah, that was weird. All of a sudden, I'm just chatting, and it's like, what the fuck?
Well, story of my life.
I think we determined that the Druid is going to turn into a bitch in heat and distract the dog pack.
Yeah. So
I love it.
I'm going
It
to put
is
on a
technically a distraction.
I'm going to put on a smoking jacket and go full Howard Hughes on.
We wait until they're all done before we jump out and kill all the dogs too.
Oh no, you evil son of a bitch!
You're like, okay, any time now, guys. Come on. No. Come on, JoJo.
We
You
had
don't
to
get
wait for the
seconds.
perfect time. Like it was
You don't
beautiful.
get seconds. Just no, that's not right. I saw thing on Injure the other day, and somebody poses a question: does Chewbacca have a human penis or one of those red things that dogs have? I'm like,
Can we not have this conversation, please?
Every week.
Chewbacca. That sounds like he's got his dick caught in a door. That actor just passed away. Peter or something.
Oh.
The original Chewbacca passed away. Shit, I want to say like a month or two ago. Really recently.
Yeah, and one of the guys from Scrubs passed away the other day.
Yeah, the guy
Sam
that played
Lloyd.
Ted.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. He fought brain cancer for like 2 or 3 years, I think.
Jesus.
And he was young too. He's 56. It's sad these great actors are passing away. And then you got Instagram influencers that are going to live to be 100.
Oh God, no kidding.
Claim to fame is, I don't know, vacuously stupid.
I'm stupid and I got a set of tits.
Yes, exactly. But
Oh, we'll continue if share ever gets loaded.
I'm here.
All right. And since the dogs are currently occupied and unaware of your presence, you all have plenty of time to prep and get into position.
I believe the plan was for the druid to either distract the dogs or entangle them. I don't know which they're going with.
which map was this? Can you reshare the map?
Oh yeah, sure can.
All right. Can you make it bigger?
You have to do that.
Yes, I can.
Please don't.
I was being facetious. I was being an asshole. Never mind. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here, folks. I think I should cast entangle on them, and if we get enough of them entangled, then that might give us
Alright.
time to.
Then, if that's the case, both Kathma and Bjorn will be, waiting in ambush. So when you draw attention and a couple of them comes at you, you get protected, right? That's the plan.
Yeah, something like that.
Great.
So I should move up to like this corner right there.
We'll stay like right here, I think.
Okay. And I am going
Is Bjorn here,
Yes.
by the way?
Yes.
Want to move up, or you want to stay there?
to. Motherfuckers.
See?
Two guys got caught. Everybody else is running. Oh well, it's better. Beats a sharp stick in the eye. All right, I did the best I could. Sorry, guys.
If you want to throw the entangled effect on them.
Oh,
Yeah, just hit the button.
There.
Nice.
All right.
Problem with entangle, the DC to save is so low. It's like, what's the point? Anything over the size of a spider, it just walks away from it.
Wait, what is your DC? Why does it succeed on the 12? There's no way your DC is a 12.
Strength. Oh, it's set at 11. That's not right, is it?
Yeah, your DC should
No,
be 8 plus
if you
3.
have an 18 wisdom,
I do.
then it should be 15.
All of them would
15.
have failed, yeah.
Yeah, because it's 8 plus 4 because of your wisdom bonus, plus 3 because your proficiency went up when we leveled up to level 5. So 3 plus 4 plus 8 is 15. So your DC should be 15.
DC should be 15. So which one's
I'm just going to remove it from them all. You can retarget and just reapply the effect to them all.
So how you change that is you basically go to action, your spell, you click the magnifying glass,
yeah.
and next to the save, there should be another magnifying glass, you click that. And then under the save, the type you let it be the thing, DC should be 8 plus ability, which is your wisdom.
Oh, it was on group DC. So 8 plus ability stat would be wisdom, right?
Yes. Usually the
Plus.
group DC works, but there might be an issue with your class thing.
I don't know. I think I'll have to double check, but I think that got changed when I went into wild shape when I screwed that up.
Oh.
But
Yeah, like if you click on like your spells, the magnifying glass, like he was saying, like it should say like spell save 8 plus, and then it says wisdom, and then the star should be gold, and then that should be, and then that should be, it should calculate your DC properly.
Yeah.
Assuming that it's
They're all on group DC.
Yeah, just make that quick adjustment. Anytime you want to cast a spell, you just take a quick look.
Yeah. I'm going through all my spells now. So anyway,
All right.
so I guess that was my turn, and then
Okay. If y'all want to roll for initiative, oh shit, you don't need to roll for initiative. Are you going to kill the dogs?
We're gonna kill the dogs.
Okay.
No, we don't have to kill the. If we don't need to roll for initiative, we don't have to kill the dog.
Oh, put the dogs down.
I think we should. They're eating bodies. Plus, yeah.
Yeah.
So
They could alert people to our presence later on.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you the experience points for the dogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at most. The tough one has 6 hit points, so.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a half CR encounter. Have a whopping 12 experience points. Okay, Oren, the minute the guy in the rubble sees you, he starts feebly calling for help.
I tell him to shh. We don't know who's around here. And I'll try to remove the rubble from him. Get him free.
Okay, you pull him out. He's. Do you have any water?
Yeah, I'll give him some water.
And, he greedily starts drinking it, and you can tell that, he's dehydrated and got a couple of levels of exhaustion and so forth, and oh, thank you, that's so much better.
Give him a cup of mayonnaise if he answers some questions.
You want some dog with that?
Oh, this game gets darker and darker.
We got plenty of meat for sandwiches now, I guess.
The key is to slice the dog thin.
And just cover it in mayonnaise.
Cover it in mayonnaise.
Yeah, but he thanks you for the water and so forth, and for rescuing him from that wall. And, he's continuing to drink as much water as you will let him.
Alchemy jugs produce how much water?
He could actually damage himself by drinking water too quickly, so I'll slow him down. I said, I'll give you more in a minute. Tell me what happened here. Like hydrohypoxia or something. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
8 gallons of fresh water.
Oh, 8 gallons. Right, wine.
8 gallons of fresh water, yeah, but wine. But we can, like I said, you can have 2 gallons of mayonnaise. It makes beer too. Don't forget, we've been forgetting that, guys. It makes beer, beer and wine.
He tells you that he was part of an adventuring party, and they had set up camp here for quite a few days, actually a couple of weeks, and not more than 2 days ago, they were attacked by the Yuan-Ti. And he was ducking for cover behind this wall when it fell on him. And he got trapped and, did his best to hide from the snake people while they were going around and murdering the rest of the party. And
who's his sponsor? Who sent him his party here?
I'm a scribe and a translator for the Red Wizards. And, we were sent here to find out what we could and to locate the Soulmonger. And he talks about a very nice elven lady sent him here.
Would it be that
Belandra? Yes, it would.
Ah. We've met with her. She said she had agents in this area.
Yes, and for I've so got to turn down my Facebook notification. Just from existing in this world, you would know that the Red Wizards are were notorious and spellcasting ruling class of the well-inhabited country of Thay, and they were slavers, demonologists, and magical experimenters. The Red Wizards were feared by most of the world.
So basically, Red Wizard North Korea.
Yeah, that might be a good way of putting it.
Being ran by a fat little red wizard.
You know, if he's still alive, do you know what he's been doing? Do you know they have a group of women to service him? 2,000 women?
2,000?
2,000!
I don't buy it. If you're
his
servicing 2,000 women, you're going to be a lot skinnier than that.
his
working in shifts, buddy.
Yeah,
his
I guess
daddy
so.
back
Well,
in
all the stories they tell there just to like spread his legend that he's some kind of crazy super god. You know?
exactly.
Like how he's never bowled less than like 300 in bowling. Like shit like that. Just like random fucking things to brag about.
Well, he has no butthole. He doesn't poop. He's perfect.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Kim, you got a little something coming out of your ear there.
But yeah, his daddy back in the day sent out people to find the most beautiful women in Korea. And it didn't matter what the family thought, you know, hey, you're going to become a sex slave to serve foreign dignitaries and the ruling elite and so forth. And it's just continued, but now he requires that they all be virgins because he absorbs their ki from taking their virginity.
Cool story.
I tried that line in a bar once.
Wait, I think my brain just malfunctioned. Who are we talking about?
No one important.
Steph. We're talking about
Talking
Steph.
about Balkoff.
Yeah, that actually makes perfect sense.
One day he's going to watch a video and be so pissed. Yeah, so anyway, you know, the Red Wizards, if they are not the most I don't want to say legitimate because they are pretty legitimate, but you know, they're nefarious, they don't take a lot of crap, and very powerful wizards. But this old man, you know, he says his name is Orvix, and you know, he doesn't appear to be much threat, especially in his current wounded and exhausted condition. And he's like, as far as I know, all my party's been wiped out, and you know, the only reason I was with the Wizards anyway is, well, you know, to be honest, they pay quite well.
So you're not a slave of the Fae.
Oh God, no. I don't really agree with. I don't agree with most things that they do, but hey, like I said, they pay really well. Triple time for coming to this godforsaken place.
Well, they're not going to be paying you now.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck. Care if I join your party?
Well, let's see what you got. What you've been taking notes on the buildings and the other stuff in this area?
Let's see. Yes, Valander sent us out here to find the soulmonger because she has a significant interest in it, and we're starting to explore. We had been through a couple of the buildings and hadn't really found anything yet when the Yunti attacked us.
Did they come over the walls through the front gate?
Oh, they come right through the front gate. And if you haven't seen them, they're half snake and half man, and just fearsome fighters.
There weren't any Wanti bodies. Do you think they collected them, or they didn't suffer any casualties?
Well, I know we hit quite a few of them, but after I got wounded and was coming around this hill, and let's see, what would he have
How do we
done?
know Orvex is really who he says he is? Are these 1T sorcerers? Can they cast illusions? Can they disguise themselves? Could this be a 1T in disguise?
We got Zone of Truth.
It's possible.
I'm just saying we were taking this guy at his word. And yeah, he's probably right, but at the same time, though, it never hurts to be careful. After
And-
the whole statue, I don't know how many more hits. I don't know how much more Kathma can take in one night. I'm just saying. If this guy erupts, Kathma may not survive. So I'm worried about Kathma. Just saying. So anyway, carry on. Sorry, I just wanted to put a note of caution in there.
You could try. You could try an insight and see if you think he's telling the truth.
Okay.
And you believe him.
Okay. All right. Carry on. Like I said,
And he's like, I really don't know why you guys are here. I'm thankful that you are. Please don't leave me. Let me join your party.
What can you tell us about Alondra?
Not much more than rumors. I saw her when, we shipped out. She was there, giving final directions and so forth when we left the port. That's all I can tell you first-hand knowledge. Second-hand knowledge, well, she's dead. There's rumors and whispers that she's actually a lich.
What overland route did you take to get here from the port?
Well, unfortunately, I think we kind of took the long way. Let me pull up my map. There it is.
I was just curious if he came in the way we did, or if he came in through the Pirates Cove, or if he came in from another cove to the south.
Actually, they traveled down the river Tricky. The other river from the port that was not where Camp Righteous and Camp Vengeance is.
Okay, that river to the east. Okay.
Yeah, and they spent a lot of time wandering around the jungle before they finally got headed in this way. But where you all pretty much come down through the center and the west they come down through the eastern side.
Were you the only party of Fae that Alondra sent in here, or did you make contact with any other parties she sent?
Um, yeah, there was. Let me see. Where's the counts? Let's see. That would have been 23. Yeah, there were roughly 30, 32 of us, not counting guides, when we set out. And as far as I know, everyone was here at the camp when we got attacked.
There are 9 gods, supposedly, and 9 shrines, we think. Do you have
Yes,
any location of any of the other shrines?
that is very correct. And hey, let me tell you a little story. And he starts telling you the story of the legend of the 9 gods. And yes, I do know the location. We hadn't found them all, and but I can give you the location of a couple of them.
Okay. You don't need to do it now, just when we get back to the main map, maybe we'll...
And I need some more tokens. And we had found 6 of them. And the 3 that you'd know about already. And they had found Ilgen's Shrine, Unk's Shrine, and what's the other one? And Obalaka's Shrine. And they are 4, 5, and 6 on the map. And all the while, before he tells you this, he wants to make sure that you're all not going to leave him at the mercy of the Yunti and the creatures of Chult. He's like, I can be helpful. I read ancient Omuan. I'm a translator. I'm a scribe. I'm quite handy with a short sword and a hand crossbow.
Well, we won't leave you stranded.
How do you feel about dinosaurs that have been turned into the undead?
He looks at you like you're fucking crazy. And what? Undead dinosaurs? Is there really such a thing?
I think the real question is that something that you would attack on sight?
Don't you screw us.
Not unless I had another choice.
Excellent.
Like running the hell away. Seriously, there's undead dinosaurs here?
It is my unfortunate displeasure to inform you that they do indeed exist.
Holy shit, can this place get much worse? I thought the regular dinosaurs were bad. Next thing you know, you're going to tell me the zombie dinosaurs has zombies bursting out of its mouth.
Everyone make a bluff check.
uh, so, yes, as far as you can tell, Orbix is telling the truth, and once you told him that he could join the party and you wouldn't leave him, he's more than eager to help and immediately tells you the location of three other shrines that you did not know about.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent news.
Does he know anything about the gargoyles that surround the cliffs?
I can tell you a story of what happened to one wizard who decided that he was going to just fly up and get an aerial view. A couple of the gargoyles come to life, and well, he's no longer alive.
Ah, well, there you go.
So I wouldn't go flying if I were you.
Looks like your intuition was spot on.
It's going to make getting to temple number 2 pretty difficult.
Suppose so.
Well, out of character, it's probably more of an altitude thing than. You start
per se. So as long as you're not above the cliff walls, they won't come to life, maybe.
right.
So it's 1 or 2 o'clock when we killed the dogs, killed the druid's lovers, whatever the case may be.
The druid's lover.
I was wondering what the hell you're talking about for a second.
They weren't my lovers. They were my bitches.
Oh, alright.
You gotta watch Fifi. She'll go back for seconds.
So I
better?
think so it's later in the afternoon. We should probably find a place to hold up for the night now. I'm not sure this compound is the right place.
Yeah, he does tell you that during their time here, from time to time, they've always felt like someone's been watching them. And that suspicion has been proven a couple of times when they've caught glimpses of the Yuan-Ti. And he does say that toward the circular part of the city is where they've had the most sightings of the Yuan-Ti.
So, if we stay in one of the abandoned buildings on the outskirts, it should probably be safe.
Safer.
Safer, at least, yeah, safer.
You're able to find there's enough buildings that you could easily barricade the doors and whatnot. If you decide to stay in town.
how far
Yeah,
away
we
is
could always
the?
go trucking back out into the jungle and find a place to hide. We're not that far away.
It's true.
I don't know. The jungle's a whole lot safer.
I think it might be probably best if we find an abandoned building. Probably not in the same area as the courtyard that's been attacked. Maybe like the buildings past the guardhouse.
Anything near the entrance might be one of the first things they check. I'm thinking maybe north of this compound. Was it control arrow? Is that how that works?
Left click and right click.
Left click and right click. That didn't work. Right click. Well, that was weird. Either.
You can also just right click the map and hit pointers and draw arrow.
Yeah, that seemed to work better. Bring the map back up. Almost. Okay. So let's maybe hit. Yeah. That one's good.
Yeah, I'm thinking we can try and cross and maybe say morning we can just
Or
go down.
or don't cross. Maybe they have a way of seeing when we go there, right? Maybe somewhere like there. It's a big building.
Where? Oh, there. That's the compound.
No, above. The arrow's pointing up from there.
Oh, your arrow is so translucent. Okay.
Yeah,
maybe,
great
but
dice.
eventually we're gonna have to cross because the shrines are on the other side anyways. Almost all of them are.
Well, if we can't get to it now, maybe we can find something along the way. That'll point us in the right direction how to get there.
I mean, we can get there. It's just you either have to cross this way or you have to walk all the way back to the entrance. Cross
Yeah.
to the small fields. Unless the party just wants to go explore deeper in the side of the wall and just completely, explore this entire side. But we don't know.
Well, if we have to climb over the wall, they'll definitely see us, right? That's kind of why.
Yeah.
That's why I want to avoid that. So I'm saying pick one of the buildings on this side further in.
But since we're really close to the actual wall, we can walk past it without climbing the walls, right? So the question is to the party if the party wants to just explore all the buildings on this side and then, go back to the entrance and walk past the wall once we're done with exploring the buildings, or if you want to just skip exploring this side of the wall and go to the shrines that we know exist.
I'd rather not skip this side. Like, entirely.
What does the rest of the party think?
Split the party. We'll each take our own shrine.
Oh god, alright, what does everyone but Stefan think?
No, I think we shouldn't skip the wall. But I just had to throw that out there, If we each take a shrine, it'll go faster.
Well, do we see? He said there might be underpasses underneath Earth.
I'm sorry. There's not underpasses. You've got the little steps.
Oh, so you're going over the wall if you.
Yeah.
Fast. Right, so it seems like most of the party has expressed interest in exploring the rest of this side of the wall. So let's just, go deeper, take refuge in a building somewhere, and continue exploring in the morning.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a
all right,
great
sounds
plan.
good.
Sounds alright, yep.
Shrine number 2 looks like it's going to be a bitch.
I'm sorry. Which one?
Shrine number 2 looks like it's going to be a bitch. The one in the middle of the lava. Not sure how we're supposed to crack that nut, but should be interesting.
And
okay, so we're going to find a place to hole up on this side of the wall. Is that right?
Yep. And I'm going to give you all a long rest, and this would be a great place to stop tonight.
Alright.
And You're all planning on moving north up the wall, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, just an FYI, shrine number 1 on the map. The last group, it took them 3 times for that one.
Great.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
but they didn't have you know they didn't have Kathma running point.
And his unshakable faith.
And my
His
unshakable faith.
unshakable faith.
Well, no, but they had a closet familiar that I killed like 14 times, and I think that's going to be Kathma.
Kathma, the canary in the coal mine.
Never seen a character that wanted to die so much.
Perfect. Okay, so next week or
Yeah,
week or what?
same time next week.
Okay.
All right.
Great. Good
See you
game.
then.
All right, thank you guys, and have a great evening.
You too. It's been fun.